Hey nerds, join us on Discord and hit that subscribe button.
Hi, I'm Meryl. Birdie.
Kellic. Flynn.
Sika.
Thessaly.
And I'm your DM, Seth. Welcome to Venture Forth. When last we left our heroes.
We them.
We them.
We them, boy.
Whoa.
You them heroes. After making your way carefully across the embattled city landscape and meeting a new friend in the form of Birdie, you all arrived at Ironlight Castle to find its inhabitants in the midst of the latest attempt to breach the castle's walls. You joined the fray and defeated the assembled hobgoblin mercenaries, driving back the assault and giving the Ironlight Collective and the contingent of Ondalian soldiers within some breathing room.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Huzzah.
You then entered into the castle, where you were able to reunite with some familiar figures and see the full extent of the Ironlight's numbers in full display, all of its members called back home to help defend it. Flynn's classmates from the Ironlight Collective were in attendance, along with a grizzled veteran of the Ondalian military by the name of Ankar Jor, a combat veteran of the Ascendance War for nearly as long as it's been going on. And of course, not to be without mention, Flynn's mentor, Victor, also in presence. You assembled in the Grand Hall of the Ironlight and were brought up to speed on the situation here in Addersfell. You learned of the Lord's Manor and its precarious position, the Wyvern encampment where aerial units are marshalling to rain firebombs down upon the city, and finally, of the location of the weapons that the Kaldurians used to breach the city's walls. This last, thanks to Birdie and her keen eye and understanding of the city's layout and its movements.
Just the one eye.
After some discussion, I almost wrote out.
Keep it another way.
Yeah.
That's so funny. For all
After
the reasons.
discussing various courses of actions, what to do, and where to sort of focus your efforts here, learning of the reinforcements who are supposed to arrive tonight at nightfall, you decided to send a unit of the Ironlight Collective to the Wyvern encampment, namely Flynn's old classmates, with Victor in tow, to deal with that, while the rest of you made your way toward the fortified keep at the southern edge of the city, intent on discovering the remainder of the weapons used to breach the city's walls. And as you all feel the doors of the Ironlight Castle, the gates close behind you, entering once more into the city streets with the light ash constantly falling and the distant din of battle making its way towards you, we return once more to the Agents of Repair and Birdie as you all set foot outside of the Ironlight Castle and begin making your way southward. So, is there any? And I know we just came from a conversation with Seeker and Kellic. Is there anything anybody wants to say or do? Your time is yours. So what are we doing here?
I would like to go up to Flynn if I could. Hey, I just made a new friend back there, and he asked me if I could make sure that this place is protected, and I wanted to know because you're one of these guys, right? And so you know this place like really well. Like, are they gonna be okay?
What?
The castle. So like my new friend Davian, he said like, can you protect this place? And I'm about to leave this place, and I'm really big on my promises, and so I feel real bad that I told him, yes, I'll make sure this place is protected, but like I'm really worried that it's not going to be protected. So like, do you think it's going to be protected?
You're talking really fast.
I'm so sorry. I'm like,
Protected.
yeah.
I mean,
the castle, like it's not gonna, like, you know, there's a war happening.
right.
So like, they're gonna be okay, right?
I hope.
Okay. That's a good.
What? Did you make some kind of deal or something?
No. I just like, he asked, and I want to make sure,
Right.
like, because, you know, he can't ask anything, so, you know. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it should be fine. I mean, well, hopefully. I mean, we're trained to fight, so, you know. And it seems like
Okay.
they've been holding out, so.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we have a mission to do.
Yeah.
That should make things easier for that to be the case. So, you know, I think we just focus on that, and we should be good.
Yeah.
How many people are we taking with us?
Just you guys.
Just us?
Yeah.
There wasn't like a. Okay.
Oh, the posse.
You
wait,
said we get
there
50.
was.
Was it 50
Oh,
people?
that's right. Yeah,
we have
there
50
is.
soldiers. Yep.
I totally forgot.
No, it was confusing though because we
That's
split
right.
off from what were they called? The group that we came here originally with?
The
First
Blade.
First Blade.
Yeah, the First
and then
Blade.
they split off just by themselves. Or
Yeah,
they took
so
some of the
they
army.
went to
didn't
the
they?
Lord.
You guys arrived in Addersfeld. It was about 30 hand-picked soldiers from the Undalian 30 hand-picked soldiers by Dizzy herself from the Undalian military in Stillgate. You came with, and then so it was the First Blades, yourselves, and about 30 like top flight soldiers. Dizzy and her crew took themselves and the 30 soldiers straight to the Lord's Manor because that is where the assault is heaviest right now, because whoever controls the keep, which is the Lord's Manor at the center of the city, controls the city center. So that is kind of a linchpin area right now, but that's why the reinforcements went there. Now you guys arrived here and there's a contingent of about 800 soldiers inside of the Ironlight Castle who found their way here in kind of the chaos under the command of Ankar Jor, and those 50 of those soldiers are with you guys right now, and they are disguised as Kaldurian soldiers thanks to Seeming from Oma.
I'm going amongst our 50 people and I'm talking to them all. I'm like, okay, so make sure you've got a really good story in your head about who you are and why you're here and what you're doing, okay? You're not a soldier for Ondale. You're not a soldier, okay? So remember, you work for Kaldur. Repeat it back to me.
I work for Kaldur. And you hear like these voices. I work for Kaldur. Like, all of them and like totally just like looking at this kid, scolding them. Who looks like a little terrifying halfling. And they're all like, they keep kind of looking at one another and they're like, you hear like names calling out. They're like Steve. And they're like, yeah, that's me. And they're like trying to figure out who each other are. They can't recognize each other.
Oh no.
But they're like, there's like a brief period of discombobulation before everybody's like, all right, you look like okay, that's this person. And then they kind of sort it all out. But yeah, they take your thing to heart. Like,
Yeah,
we
because
work
they've got to find their
they're like little
squadrons.
unit.
Like they've got to find their
so-
units so they work well together. So
Yeah.
I'm like trying to organize.
Yeah. So
all
there's
of
like a
them.
brief like kerfuffle at the gates as like it all gets
They
started.
have like little colors on their
Yeah. Picture you.
Yeah.
Oh, you have red hair now. Okay.
And they're all like sorting it out. But after like it doesn't take long with the military efficiency that is literally beat into these people. They very quickly kind of assemble, and then they form up ranks and yeah, we work for Kaldur. that is it's like goes back through the lines, you know. You work for Kaldur. You work for Kaldur. Kaldurians. Shit.
I mean, we want to fight them eventually, but we got to get through first.
Right.
So- Right.
Copy.
Okay.
All right.
We're ready, guys.
I love that. Almost like in front of 50 soldiers.
Just a child.
God, what a good visual.
All
A little
right.
halfling now.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I just looked at Alma with great skepticism. Unless she says that they're ready.
But okay, so yeah, this contingent of 50 Kaldurian soldiers is also behind you guys as you start making your way across the city, I presume, right? All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
With, I guess, Thessaly at the lead?
Oh, you
Because she Vasen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and you gave me the glaive, didn't you?
I did.
I did.
So I'll
Or he
have
did.
that,
Yeah.
and
we got Vasen
I'll be
and Fang.
carrying that.
All right. Oh, right. Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Kinda-
Yeah. For
kinda
the
close to you.
For the look.
Will you allow me to be close to you
I
right
will
now?
allow you to be close to me, but I'm not going to make eye contact with you at all.
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
So with Vossen kind of in the lead, and then Birdie as well, kind of out front because they do know where you're going. As you guys begin to make your way across the city, I would like somebody to roll me a d20 with advantage because Birdie is leading the way.
I got it.
All right.
Oh boy.
Let's
Get it,
go.
get it,
Let's
get it, get it, get it,
fucking
get it.
do this.
Roll well.
That's a 19.
19.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hopefully that's
All
a
right.
good thing.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Does he add anything to
19
it?
wyverns.
Nope.
19 wyverns.
What's the other number? Curiously,
1.
it's actually the one you want.
Oh,
I should say disadvantage because you want the lower number.
okay.
But
Advantage has a-
in this
not
particular one, because I want to fuck with your heads.
Ancient.
No,
right?
no.
but no,
Okay,
all
so
right.
good thing
Yeah.
That's a
that
good
we
thing.
rolled a one.
That is a good
job,
thing.
Kate. Right?
All right.
Good job.
Good job.
Way to
Out of the
I
tray.
feel like min-max.
Out of the tray. Out of the tray.
I'm
All
a
right.
grinder, guys. I'm gaming right now.
you head the shit out of that roll.
No skill issue there. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
That's okay.
All right. So as you guys get to like begin to wind through the city, you kind of hear like the rise and fall of pitched battles that kind of just accompany you as you begin making your way, and you hear the sort of booted feet of just the soldiers behind you as they are all marching in like rigid formation. You all kind of take up flanks around the front of the unit, and throughout, like as you go through, occasionally you do see a unit of Kaldurian soldiers who kind of looks to you guys and then just like salutes and lets you be on your way. Who apparently recognizing
they do.
this many soldiers in the Kaldurian garb, plus whatever the frightening people at the front are as well, don't appear to pay you any mind. Twice throughout your journey, you hear like the as you see something kind of come low and then peel off and away from you guys as it gets close and kind of sweeps over you, and you hear the of the wyverns as they screech and then peel off and away, apparently not seeing through your illusory disguise and choosing not to firebomb what they believe to be their own soldiers.
Well, thanks for that.
Good job, Alma.
Oh my goodness.
Along your journey, there is one thing that you guys notice. As you kind of are coming up actually on a like a crossways, kind of like there's like a road that you guys are coming in from on the like heading westward, and there is another you see actually a contingent of Kaldurian soldiers making their way north. About similar size in number as you guys, as a matter of fact, probably around 50 ordinary soldiers, and then you can see what appear to be some higher ranking individuals around them that are just on horseback. And you see sort of in the middle of them, you see a very large creature with a singular eye at the center of its thing, and it's got these sort of handles linked to chains, and it's walking and pulling behind it a very large siege tower that is just rolling northward through the city.
Fuck.
I will say, like, if there's anything you guys would like to do, you're more than welcome. It is something that you see making its way through the city, but you can also just choose to let it pass.
Does it have a bunch of soldiers around it as well? I assume. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Similar
said,
size that you said.
yeah, similar size to your group, actually.
Of
Probably
Kaldurian soldiers,
of
right?
Kaldurian soldiers,
Yeah.
about, like, all told, probably about 40 ordinary soldiers, and then a handful of, like I said, like higher ranking individuals on horseback, and then what appears to be a large cyclops that is pulling a siege tower through the streets.
Looking at the trajectory of where we've gone and been through so far, does it seem like we can maybe understand, is it going towards the manor? Is it going towards the castle?
Anybody who'd like to can make a survival
Yeah,
check for
I
me.
would
Yeah,
like
Can
to
I,
try
can
to
I
know
assist
that.
in this?
Love
Like,
to
kind of
roll
knowing,
that.
trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Or you can roll your own. I mean, he said anybody who wants
I
to
would
can
love
roll.
to give someone advantage.
I have a +7.
Give a +7. Survival?
Survival.
Am I doing advantage or?
Well,
Well,
I think we all roll.
And anybody who'd like to can, yeah. Anybody who'd like to can. Survival, in my head, survival always has to do with like layout, maps, cardinal directions, where things might be going. You know what I mean?
needs to do this, Lee.
Oh, I rolled individually.
Oh, you did.
Sorry. I thought we were all
Okay.
rolling. Yeah.
yeah.
So
All right.
I got
So go around.
8 + 7, 15.
15. Okay.
15.
15.
3.
3.
18.
18.
12.
12.
15.
15. Wow. Okay.
Yay, boy.
Those of you above the 15, like it, as you guys kind of watch it for a little bit, and it heads. You think that if it was heading towards Ironlight, it would peel off kind of in your direction. It keeps heading straight north. It's headed for the city center.
If I could, I'll saddle up next to Kellic. You see which way it's going?
Aye, tracks with if once they secure the Lord's manor, the city's basically done.
Can you send the First Blade a message, Dizzy? Let
Might
her
be
know
worth
what's
it.
coming.
Aye,
How big the tower is it's a siege tower. Is it like full of soldiers? Are there soldiers on the inside of it?
No, not
Okay.
currently. No,
Okay.
there's not soldiers on the
there's
inside
50,
of it.
They're same size as us. So they
Yeah,
said
50 on the
50
ground.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get a good, proper
for sure.
visual.
Yeah. It's about over the siege tower itself is about 40 feet tall.
40 feet.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's 40 feet tall. It's done with like rough timbers and then what looks like kind of rough hewn like metal plates that are like haphazardly kind of slapped onto it.
Yeah.
It looks like it was probably actually, and there's like bits of canvas and things like that. It actually looks like it was constructed from materials from the refugee area outside of the city. But and it is so it's kind of slapdash. But it is. I mean, yeah, it's currently empty. You would gather that the soldiers on the ground, like putting the numbers together, they're them and whoever else is there is probably
How tall is the Cyclops? I assume it's a Cyclops.
Yeah, Cyclops, if I recall correctly, they're huge creatures, so they tend to be, I think they're about 16 feet tall, 15, 16 feet tall. Yeah.
What? I don't want to disrupt what we're doing here, but how easily do you think the things it's dragging the tower by could be less well secured?
Yeah, I thought about that. Is it like chains?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thought about that. I don't know if there's anything I can do that won't be noticeable, but I could try.
Well, maybe talk to Seeker about it. You all have a bit of an affinity for it.
Yeah. Okay. Let me.
If we can buy them some time,
Let me try.
it might be worth it.
Let me try. And I'll put my hood up.
Okay.
And are there like bolts securing the chain to the
interesting.
tower, or?
I mean, if it is of slapdash construction.
There's not. I wouldn't say there's like bolts. It's more of like a thing where they're kind of like the chains are basically wrapped around like the thicker beams that are on the base that are kind of like the base box of the construction almost. So they're not like bolted, they're more just like wrapped around and then secured with like the chain links are secured together with like thick braided rope.
Yeah, okay.
Would I have... How loud was that conversation?
I wouldn't have been like especially discreet. I don't know how close we are together in
but
like
we
the
were
margin.
involved.
I was relatively close when I talked to you.
I'm sorry, to clarify.
Yeah.
You said there are ropes around.
So yeah,
sorry, I need to
No,
understand.
you're good. So like the way that there's like these big kind of like D-ring handles that it's got, and those are connected to chains, and those chains go backwards and then wrap around like thick timbers, and then like the chains they're wrapped around themselves, but then like the links are held together with binds of like big braided rope, if that makes sense. So like,
okay,
does that make sense? Like,
kind of, I'm trying to figure out. So essentially, like, I could detach the D-ring from the tower itself potentially.
No, the D-rings are what he's holding. That's like
the D-rings are what he's holding.
That's what so
connected
he's kind of
to
like
chain wrapped
pushing
around the tower.
Yeah, wrapped around the big thick timbers that are part of the base of the tower.
But it's on wheels, right?
Yeah, and then the base is on like
that might be a better place to hit it. Is
wooden wheels?
Yeah, I guess
kind
can we tell from looking like what the weakest part of its
Are they
construction
wooden,
is?
wooden
I guess.
wheels? Yeah, actually, yeah. Are they wooden wheels or are they metal?
Sure. Go ahead and make a. Well, actually, I mean, it's a giant structure. So looking at it, they are wooden wheels, like thick wooden wheels that are banded in metal. If that, like, you know how wagon wheels are like banded in metal around the outside? Similar to that, but they're like big, thick ones that are kind of squat.
Okay. Seeker, did you want to do anything?
I think this all makes sense. I'm not up to date on my siege tower construction.
How dare you?
I haven't been. You don't have to upgrade engineering.
Popular siege tower companies.
I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. There's like 6 wheels. They're kind of thick and wide with metal around them. Yeah, fucking tracks. But yes, there's probably like big thick wheels banded in metal so that the wood doesn't like break or get punctured or splinter on the cobblestones or going over rocks or anything like that.
If we can get close enough, I can try something to try and weaken a part of it.
What would you try to do?
I don't know if you saw back there at the castle. I used an orb. I think it might be able to weaken some of the structure.
I'm thinking maybe we should save as much of our energy as possible.
Or you want to like go or climb on it and
What I'm thinking is I'll just, not be seen, and maybe I'll go climb onto the tower and try to push one of the wheels off. Try to disconnect the wheels so that they have to spend some time putting the wheels back on.
that'll probably be pretty tough.
Not if I burn it first.
But you might be seen or heard. How fast are they moving?
Pretty slow. They're moving like probably much slower than you guys. Like at a very leisurely walking pace is kind of the pace that it's moving. Because it's just one creature pulling it.
I know-
Also, I think I have something I can do.
What is it?
You know how sometimes I touch things and they zap a little bit?
Yes.
So maybe I can just get close enough to the wheel under it, maybe? Out of sight?
Or maybe I could make the Cyclops blind for a bit, and then we come back when we are done. It's only got one eye. I know you want to save stuff, but
we
don't have a lot
as
of
great
time.
as possible if we're going to do anything. I mean, we can just
I
move
can be
on.
not seen when I do this.
I think it's worth to try something, and then if it doesn't work, we move on. But at least we send a message to the manor.
Definitely, that goes either way.
I'm gonna try and just kick, like I want to just try and get a wheel,
Okay.
like broken enough that it can't
Right.
move
You're
forward.
just trying to sabotage
I'm just
one
trying
of
to
the
sabotage
wheels.
one wheel.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put my hood up and try and sneak over to the siege tower to get
Cool.
on top of the wheel wells.
All right. So the rest of you, question: are you guys going to keep the company moving, or are you going to stop? Just curiously, just so I know where things
Keep the
are.
company
Yeah.
moving, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
We
just
gotta
Also,
keep
is there a
going.
way that I can like manage to get within 30 feet inconspicuously, like without it being like a dramatic departure from our march, I guess?
Yeah, you could. I mean, you could get over there, but like, you'll definitely you'll be seen, for lack of a
Yes,
better term.
yeah.
Like, you'll definitely be seen.
Okay.
But yeah, there's like, if you were to like walk up or something like that and like take a look, you could do that. Like,
Okay. I also have an idea now.
because if you're trying like not to be seen, then you probably have to like go through the buildings and try to like get close that way.
Right.
But I mean, also like you could just walk up and just watch, kind of, if that makes sense. Like,
I wanna get cover under the tower if possible, like
Okay.
where the wheels are in front of me. Hopefully,
Cool.
if that's possible. Like I know there are pillars,
Right.
so I'm wondering if I can get under where the wheels are, like
ooh.
so that.
I think underneath is probably, it's gonna like, it's probably like a few feet of gap, so you'd have like, you could belly,
And
you could
halfling size,
monkey
yeah.
crawl
Yeah.
on there, so like you could get under there, yeah, if you wanted to, and then it would just pass over you if you were, but you'd have to be like between the wheels, if that makes sense.
I would like to be there.
So yeah, okay. So go ahead and make a stealth check for me at advantage. We're gonna see as you kind of also, so stealth check, and then I'd also like for you to make an acrobatics check to avoid running into anybody and like weaving through all the soldiers and stuff
yeah,
like
because
that.
it's in the freaking middle.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of all the
Okay.
soldiers. So
It's a 19 on the dice.
okay,
So
Nice.
that is, you said stealth plus 8, so that's
Stealth.
a 27
okay, yeah, you
for stealth, and then
totally unseen, totally unheard.
and then is
Holy
acrobatics
moly.
at advantage or not?
Acrobatics would not be, because that's just trying to weave your way through the crowd.
Is that an 8 or a 6? 18. 18 plus 8, so.
All right,
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah.
remembering your monk training and actually harkening back to the like those same training exercises that you used to dread, like in the monastery.
Oh, yeah.
the,
Like all
the race, all the like
God.
the uneven wooden pillars that you
And,
saw.
and they would just like pop up out of
And they
nowhere.
would, and like sometimes every once in a while someone would just like throw something at you just to mess with you, and give you a lecture about being
Those,
aware
like,
of your surroundings.
and the fucking sandbags that would swing like.
Yep, all of those weird training implements that Danewind and all the other monks would throw at you constantly. And now, like moving through, you just kind of find that rhythm as you hear. You just like see the horse legs, and you just effortlessly like sweep underneath, avoiding the booted feet of the soldiers as you quietly and find your way in front of. And you see up, and immediately as you get close, you're like, ugh, because that thing stinks. The Cyclops reeks. Just dirty and loincloth, and he's gross. But you manage to slip under, and as you lay down, you see you're about 10 feet away from the siege tower, like rolling over you.
When it rolls over me, I'm prepared to use Ray of Frost on one of the wheels to freeze it so that it can't roll. And then when he pulls, it can't do it. So hopefully it like.
Okay.
We'll like freeze the mechanism together.
Freeze
So
the
it like
mechanism
pulls.
together.
Freezing the axle almost to see if it'll.
In the hopes that if he pulls it, it'll like kind of like.
Okay, cool.
Creative.
So as you
It's
get
a
underneath there, I will say with like the din of the siege tower as well, and like all the soldiers, probably no one's gonna hear you. Normally they like you have to say something, right, to cast spell, but with the din, no one hears you. So go ahead and make an attack roll for me. Roll damage, and I'll say you're gonna be able to get in before it like moves over you. You can get in probably, I'll say 2 attack rolls. So go ahead and give me 2 attack rolls, because it's rolling slow. So if you're there and you're just like, bah, bah. I'll say 3, because it's moving like, this thing's moving like 10 feet around.
Freeze that.
And it's like 20 feet wide at the base.
Nice.
So go ahead and roll me 3 attack rolls, and then roll damage for all of them.
20
hits. Yeah.
It's an
If it's
inanimate
above a 15, you're
object.
hit.
17.
17.
Nice.
Cocked. But it was a crit fail, but it was cocked.
All
So I don't
right.
know if we
No,
want to.
that's
It was
fair.
weird. Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Does anyone know what it is?
What does
What?
it say?
It's back behind.
Did
Do
it
you
really
have
fall?
those?
It's gone forever.
Disappeared.
Yeah, it's in the
I
void.
mean, it fell on the hardwood. Like, it jumped off
Yeah,
the
it went
carpet.
completely out of.
Yeah, and
I
it
couldn't
doesn't
see it.
exist anymore.
15 plus.
Nice.
15 plus. All right. So go ahead and roll Ray of Frost damage 3 times for me. I will say that in order to freeze up the wheel completely, you are looking for a damage threshold of 30 points of damage.
19.
Oh, shit. Okay.
On the first one?
I think we're going to get there.
Yeah, this might not be an issue.
Okay,
Did
I
you
dropped
drop
it.
it
I did.
again?
Rebecca, get a grip.
I can't.
I'm nervous.
I have no room to talk.
8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 17.
17. All right, cool.
And then last one.
All right. So if you wanted to, you could point this one at another one too.
Hell yeah.
Because like on your second shot, the wheel like locks up.
Okay.
And on your third shot, you can direct it at one of the other wheels if you'd like to.
Yeah, I would like to.
Awesome.
I'm going to use a meta magic.
Yeah,
1
you
second.
are.
Okay.
To reroll.
Okay.
I'm going to use empowered spell.
Uh-huh.
See where you're going.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I need to just 1 sorcery point. Okay. I just want to reroll some of these. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's pretty good.
21.
Nah.
I rerolled 2 2s and got 2 8s.
Oh,
Nice.
All right, 21 points of damage on that one, the third shot. Heck yeah. Okay.
On a different wheel.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you
Dang,
see,
girl.
as you're underneath there, you pew, 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 and you hit the first wheel twice, and it locks up. The third or the other wheel you hit, and it like, and you hear it starting to like crunch and grind, and you hear it's like, and the creature like goes to force it. I need you to roll a percentile dice for me for both of these wheels. Okay, so on the first one, because it is totally locked up, if you get anywhere from 0 to 80, it breaks. On the second one, if you get anywhere from 0 to 50, it breaks as well. All right?
First one, 70.
70? Poof, the wheel snaps, and you see it like the wheel underneath there totally snaps, and it's like kind of dragging still a little bit.
Yeah.
Like it slows it down immediately, and you hear like, and like someone goes, "What the fuck is going on?" Now roll for the second one.
Double zeros.
Is that
Zero?
Is that 100?
I think that's 100.
Wait.
Or it's one.
Or is it
Or
zero?
it's one. Oh,
Oh,
God,
it's
I always hate this
one.
one. I always hate this.
I always get this wrong. Wait.
Oh, this is the
Did
one.
you roll it on the?
You
or
have
the
to
10th
roll
place.
the other
You have to
one.
roll the other one, right? Because if you
Because you get
get
a zero on
if
that
you get
one,
a
it's
zero, then
100.
it's 100. If you get
You
a
get a
one,
one,
on
then
that,
Okay, so I'll
So you
roll a
have to
10.
get a zero.
yeah,
So I'll
now you
roll
roll
a
a
10.
10.
Yeah.
So you have a 1 in 100 chance of getting, or what? I guess a 1 in 10 chance.
No, do you?
Like a.
Oh shit!
Wait,
I always forget.
No,
how
I
this
can roll up.
works.
I can roll to 5. Like
Yeah.
5 would be.
Well, because the double zeros and the 1 is 1. Triple zeros is 100.
100.
So I
Yeah.
can
So
roll anything
you-
but 10.
Yeah.
If you rolled as double zero,
I can roll anything but a 10 because a 10 is going to be
Yeah.
100.
So yeah, exactly.
So I have
exactly.
an 80. I have a 90% chance of.
Yeah, you have a 90% chance of
success.
succeeding. on
Wait.
this. Oh, this is going to be crazy.
Really?
Yeah,
I think
because the
so.
triple zeros are 100.
What
and
did you
then
roll
0,
first?
0, 1 is 1. So
0,
right
0,
now,
2
as
is
long as
2.
she doesn't get a
But
0,
then,
But
what
no,
are,
then
the,
if
what are
whatever
the
you get
initial
on this that
percentiles?
isn't-
It's like a 2 or a
No, I'm
3
rolling
or
a
a
10.
4.
I'm rolling a 10
because
now.
she rolled the 1
Well,
with
'cause I think
you rolled
zero,
the
zero. Well, I think
Yeah,
0,
If I
0
roll a
plus
10,
on the
no, there's not
percentile?
triple
If
zero. No,
so,
no,
you
no, there's
roll,
double zero,
like,
Shane.
Double
this,
zero,
I
then
don't
you get
know.
triple
Zero.
zero.
Well, if you roll
Then
a
you
percentile
have-
with 0, 0, and then you roll a 1, isn't that 1%?
That is 1%.
Do like
Right.
double
That's what I'm saying.
zero,
So
and
if she
then
rolls anything
another
except
zero,
A
that's
zero.
100.
a 0,
Yeah.
As long as I
It's
don't get a
that.
Oh,
zero.
okay, so you rolled the percentile and not the other
Yeah.
dice. So you rolled a double
That's
0.
why I'm confused.
I see what you're saying.
I don't think I understand.
That
I
makes
just
sense.
understood
Wait, okay,
you.
pause. I'm gonna explain this.
yeah.
I rolled because we did this for 100s, right? So basically, if I roll a 10, which is the third zero,
Yeah.
that is 100.
That is
Yeah.
100.
Yes.
If I roll a 1, that's 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rolls
If I roll a
it's
2, it's
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
3.
5, 6. All
Five,
So
5,
six,
I can roll
7%,
everything but a
8%.
0.
No, you need to roll a 0.
No,
you have
because I
to get
don't want
above
100.
50.
I have to get
She
below
gets 0 to
50.
50. 0 to 50.
Zero to 50.
Yeah.
So it was the part.
It
It
Oh,
was
he said that I
the.
had to
It was
roll.
the
I had to
success
roll
criteria.
0 to
50.
80,
Yeah,
and then now
0 to 80
50.
and 0 to 50.
I thought
No,
it had
okay,
to be
so
I
we
thought
just-
it was
Nope,
we just don't
all
want a
good.
0.
All
We
good.
just don't want a 0.
No
Dude,
0.
Percentile die are confusing
There's no
as shit.
freaking
Here's the thing.
They're so
Steph and I
weird.
are the ones rolling, and we understand it.
Yeah, no.
Well, forgive me for
No 0.
thinking
No
that.
0.
Right?
No
Just
0.
no 0.
It was
It's
a
a
worthwhile
90% chance,
clarification.
guys. 90% chance.
No
So let's
zeros.
see what you get.
60.
6.
Or 6. 6. 6.
Well, yeah.
6.
Right,
6.
baby.
6.
Oh,
6.
man.
6.
Yeah. You're like, ooh, and you hear that voice like, what the fuck is the holdup? The other wheel. And the siege tower like grinds to a halt because 2 of its wheels are gone and broken.
Hell
and then
yes,
you
dude.
Try to sneak out.
try to sneak out. Okay. Go ahead and give me. I will say as the creatures, as everything like stops and everything comes to a halt. Go ahead and give me another stealth check, another acrobatics check for me. The acrobatics check I will say will be at advantage because they're not moving anymore.
And so is my stealth also at advantage?
Yes, stealth is still at advantage because you're invisible.
Invisible.
That's 16.
Good. Yeah,
For
16
stealth?
plus.
Okay. No, that's 16.
Oh, 16 total. Okay.
Acrobatics
Mhm.
is amazing. It's 19 plus 8. It's
Okay,
27.
awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome. So as the thing grinds to a halt and the creature's like pulling it, and then you finally hear somebody fucking stop, like, and like it like kind of like lumbers
doing
to a
his
halt.
best.
He really
You-
is. He's doing great.
And you make
Doing
it
great.
out of the crowd. No one appears to notice you in the craziness and the kerfuffle of suddenly like soldiers are shouting at one another. One of the guys that's up front, who appears to be kind of like the commander of this particular unit, like turns his horse around and comes back and he starts shouting like, "What happened?" And you see as like some company engineers start coming forward and start like looking at the cart. As
I'm
you,
gonna step of the wind
okay,
out of
and
there.
as the rest of you are still nearby, right? Okay,
yeah.
so you're like 30 feet away, just like arms crossed, watching this whole thing, kind of.
Yeah.
All
Did
right,
you
and
stay?
the rest of the company is there. I will say, during this time, was there anything that you were doing?
I mean, seeing how completely effective this was, no. I had a contingency, but this
All
was
right.
great.
Awesome.
So,
Well done.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
and then you as like,
So
as
I'm just
that-
like watching to see signs of Ulma.
All right.
Like I know she's invisible.
all right.
But I'm like, okay, make sure there's no
Well,
like,
my
Your
stealth was
was
16,
So
so-
as she like, as you make it out, these are all. Most of these guys are just normal guards,
Right.
like
Yeah,
soldiers. You know, they have terrible passives. But as you do through this thing, you see like. the little dust like in the ash that's been falling. You see like as little footprints.
Very,
their way
very
across.
fast.
Very quickly. You see like of ash as Olaf
Olaf
books
zips
it,
by.
yeah, and books it away as the rest of the company has kept moving. And you guys are now like, I'd say probably like a good, at the pace you guys are moving, like 100 feet away or something
Yeah.
like that, 50 to 100 feet away. As you make your way out and you see the puff of dust as an invisible creature like little tiny footprints.
I will retreat back into
All right.
the crowd, into the
All right,
throng.
cool. And you guys carry on as the
And
siege
I
tower
will
now.
cast sending.
Okay.
If I can get far enough away that it would be.
Yeah, of course.
And reach out to Dizzy.
All right.
Hajungis. Dizzy, I don't know your status, but there's a siege tower on its way. With this Cyclops, we've managed to sabotage it.
That it?
That's it.
All right. You as you wait for kind of the momentary response, suddenly the sound opens up, and you hear the din of combat. And I love this sending is like kind of picks up the ambient. Like, I think it's so fun.
Yeah.
So you hear like the din of combat, and you hear like, and you can just hear Dizzy's like, ha! Take that, you fucker. But then she pauses, and you hear her breathing heavy. She's like, bloody brilliant, mate. Thanks. And then and she just says like, good luck out there. And that's it. That's all she says. She just acknowledges, and then you hear the as like the sound of a bow unleashing, or like an arrow leaving a bowstring. Is the last thing you kind of pick up.
Okay.
And then another like, ha! But you this is a gangster, dude.
Apparently.
But you guys, man, and as you sort of like, as the we see the group making their way, you just see the siege tower in the background with like people milling around it as they attempt to try to, as it's kind of askew now.
It's like Cyclops lifting it.
Yeah. like trying to help with the mechanical errors. You guys have delayed it, which will come into effect later.
Oh, man.
Remind me of that when I ask for something later. All right. All right. But the remainder of your journey as you cross through into Kaldurian territory and out of Ondalian Ondalian territory. God, what is happening to me? You cross out of Ondalian territory and into the Kaldurian territory, and now like people just salute you guys for the most part as you walk by. Birdie, with you in the front, you lead the group to the south sort of western section of the city, where you remember and recall this piece of, or rather this keep that you remember was like oddly heavily guarded and had a lot of things kind of odd about it. As the sort of like dirty, gringy snowfall mixed with the ash sort of swept onto the sides of the streets, you make your way through the city, and eventually you see ahead of you, probably like a few hundred yards, a small squat keep that kind of rises out of the surrounding buildings. You can see two sort of larger towers that occupy the space, and you can see that there are two sort of large gates that are thrown open and that are currently there's a contingent of about 10 soldiers that are outside of that, all just kind of like standing guard. But you see what you know to be Darham Keep ahead of you, where you believe, at the very least, the weapons are being held. So as you guys come across this keep, you also notice two other things. As you look on those two towers, perched up high, on top of them, you see two large winged figures with smaller figures mounted on their backs that are just sort of perched up on the towers watching. You see you see now, like for the first time, kind of still, you can see wyverns that are actually done up in full barding, like metal plates that are covering their necks and parts of the underbelly, the weaker parts of their skin.
Damn.
That's not good.
And they're all done up in barding, and then you can see kind of the metallic glint of a fully armored figure that is sitting on the back of the creature as the sun kind of glints off of the metal.
Spooky.
That encapsulates both of these creatures.
Kellic, it might be good now for us to maybe go over the plan.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, what's the plan?
Well, we had to see what we're coming up against, but those of you that are better at infiltration, I think will go towards the weapon itself to try to disable it, and the rest of us can assist in trying to keep eyes off it, I suppose, unless anyone has ideas.
I have a question, maybe. Do we think if we can contact the team that's causing mayhem in the wyvern pen? maybe that might get these wyverns to go assist.
Do we want that?
Do we want more wyverns over there? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to put our trouble onto the rest of the sentinels.
It's a possibility, but I mean, we do have more forces here. Also, I was thinking, I mean, we're disguised. We could maybe just walk in and say we need to inspect.
That's what I was thinking.
Plant some kind of explosive or something. I don't really know, but I mean, that could be a way we do it. We just go in, we say we're here on orders to inspect the weapon to make sure it's still working well, and then, destroy it with magic or something.
Yeah, Thessaly, do you think it would make sense for Meryl to show up somewhere and or even Hadrix?
Yeah, what did my guy do again?
Hadrix is a Bond guy, right?
It would actually make a lot of sense for Hadrix to go in there.
Great.
Meryl and Hadrix were typically close, so it wouldn't be too strange for her to accompany him, actually.
Well, so maybe we all go and we just,
Do we want anyone on the outside to keep attention away from you so that you have the full run of
it might
the
be
weapon?
good to have that.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe-
Move people out of the interior so because that'll get you in with your identities, and then
Well, maybe this is kind of like an inspection. Maybe we were sent as the Fatal Reserve to inspect that the weapon is working and nothing's being done to mess with it. And then you 2, 3, 4, the rest of you can be the ones that are outside, making sure everyone, all the soldiers and all the wyverns are up to code, and that's a good distraction for that. And then Olma and I can go in, and maybe one other person
Yeah,
that
I
has.
can go with you.
I don't know if up to code is really a thing that's needed in the middle of a battle, but
Whatever.
what I do think,
Make sure it's not going to blow up.
But what
Yeah.
I do think is actually maybe to give it more firepower.
Ooh.
Maybe you're here to like
Upgrade it?
boost
Amplify it.
to
I like
amplify
that.
it. Yeah, because I don't really think
No?
there's inspections happening right now. I think right now we're focused on destroying as much as possible. So
Yeah.
so I think maybe if you were to say you're here to add firepower, that might
Right.
get us in there a little bit faster.
Yes.
I wonder if we're going to be on the outside, if we can try to redirect these forces somewhere useless,
Yeah.
because there's enough here.
Send them somewhere where there's nothing
Where
going
there's
on
not
in the
anything
city.
to be
Because
taken.
you're bringing 50 soldiers, so you might say, hey, you 10, you guys you were called to somewhere else, and we've got these ones replacing you.
Ooh, why don't we
Right.
just send the whole
Switch.
freaking army and say this 50 is replacing them?
Well, it's not a whole army. It's how many people is it?
50, but yeah, I mean,
No, how many is there?
There's
Oh,
here.
there?
There's
Do we
10?
know, or was it an
right now, like from your current vantage point,
Okay.
you don't know, and you can't. You don't know. You don't have information on them, and you can't see precisely. All you can see right now are about 10 that are out front.
Yeah, so maybe it's like a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're being sent to the back line to recoup.
Or
Resupply?
back to,
Resupply.
yeah, or even back
Resupply's good.
to their general.
Yeah. And then we just take over the whole fort.
Nice.
I mean,
we could do that.
Are y'all good at lying?
So good.
yeah,
Pretty,
yeah.
pretty good at lying.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can.
I just won't do a lot of talking.
And you are as well.
Yes,
I think it also makes sense for Vossen to really like lead the way.
I do think, unfortunately, Tess, you may have to take the front of this.
But Tess is pretty
I
good at
could do
lying.
it if you don't want to.
We could
Do it together.
I could
yeah.
also speak for you. Scary people often have underlings that do that.
That was
Well,
what I was thinking.
Would
we
these
could do
people
that.
maybe know the Fatal Reserve? Do we have to talk like them? Do
That-
I sound like Hadrix?
No, not at all.
Do I need to talk like this?
Flinham, it's more of a matter.
talk like this?
That's so
Is that better?
not what
I think you're making it worse, Glenn.
Should I just not say anything?
Yeah.
I don't know if you talk as little as possible. There's a decent chance that no one here actually knows what they sound like.
Right,
It's a
because you
strong
don't
chance,
sound like
right?
Bob.
Nah.
They usually
Because
operate.
I'm not going to be able to sound like Voss, and I'm going to be completely honest with
Well, then
everyone
maybe-
here.
So
He's
maybe
maybe
not
we
Kellic
do
very.
could-
like Kellic because no one knows that.
Yeah.
I would let Kellic lead. I can just be imposing.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe you could do Fane's voice. Could you do that? You do voices kind of well.
I
You
do.
do disguises kind of well.
Did
I-
we-
You
What is Fane? Did we hear Fane though?
we
Yeah, you guys heard.
We
You
heard
all
it.
did.
What was his dialect?
Fane?
Yeah.
Fane
no,
just had a
more of a
very sort
lower-
of like.
He just
He just had a
Was it
lower
similar to
register. He was
Zorkal?
just a baritone.
No.
No,
He was
no.
kind of apathetic whenever
The one
we
that was
actually.
actually similar to Zorkal is Rufus.
Yeah.
Rufus.
Yeah,
He was just kind of
Rufus was the
stilted
Minotaur.
in his speech. It was just
Yeah.
kind of like under voiced.
Yeah. Fane.
Yeah.
Fane had a very sort of like, for lack of a better word, just like a very kind of like apathetic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
Oh, he was the last stand
Just-
guy,
yeah.
right?
yeah, he was the last guy standing, and he when Thessaly, he was like, do it. And then when she did, he was like, thank
let
you.
me kill him.
Yeah. He was like, thanks. I think he thanked her at the end.
If I need to, I could do
I just
something.
don't think I'm going to be able to sound like a Leonin, to be quite honest.
Well, let's
I just
have
don't.
Kellic and Fane here do the talking, and we'll just do the destruction thing.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay.
We're replacing the
Sounds
guards.
like a plan.
We're just replacing the guards, and then Hadrix and I are going to go in.
We're going to be the ones.
and then
We've been
Hadrix and I are going to go
entrusted
and
with
add firepower.
the use of this
If
weapon.
possible, I think we should send the Wyvern Riders on a maybe like on a message or something as well to kind of just take them out of the fight in general, if at all possible.
Maybe they're there to help escort
Or they can escort the
troops
soldiers back to the base.
Yeah.
I want to get rid of them too if we. I mean, we're replacing 50. I don't think it'd be too crazy to ask for the Wyvern Riders to go somewhere.
Well, because we could say that there was some kind of disturbance that arrived recently.
I was thinking maybe reinforcements have come early from Westreach.
Arndale. Yeah, from Westreach. Yeah. Yeah.
And that being us, and then we say that we should send the Wyvern Riders to escort the troops back to the general
southern
correct?
camp.
Because we don't know where they are, and they could be attacked.
Right, and to resupply and to fortify their position.
Yeah,
Just in the
For the
south.
general, to save the general.
Yes, right.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Nice.
Just tugging my collar.
All right.
Wait, is there any way that we can help Kellic succeed in this? Do we have any? I mean, this is the time to use some spells, I think, to boost his confidence. You're a confident guy, but just to help a little bit.
Thessaly, maybe you should tell him something nice.
Yeah. Whisper something in his ear.
That's always a good way.
I'm nice.
I don't think that's what she meant.
What? Oh. They're all horrible.
I don't have nothing.
We had those potions. What were those potions again?
We don't
Which
have
potion?
we don't have anything.
They just got greater. You guys all got one
You got
greater
healing
healing potion. You had a potion of speed and a potion of fire giant.
That's
strength.
what it was.
Those
Okay,
were those were the three types. You got one speed, one fire giant, and then everybody got a greater healing.
Do we remember who has the speed? Not that it matters right now, but
I
do we
think
remember?
Thessaly has the speed.
And then who has the
Didn't
fire
we
giant?
use it? We used it.
You did?
I used
Sorry.
the potion.
Yeah.
Okay, but we have the fire giant strength.
Yeah, and I think you have the fire giant strength.
Oh, do I?
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah,
I may have
you
written that
do.
down somewhere.
Yeah.
I believe you have
Okay,
it.
I'll check.
I'm so sorry. I only have damage stuff prepared right now.
Big fan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, as Kellic loosens up the collar, you guys slowly kind of make your way forward. And you come around the bend, the 50 soldiers in your retinue behind you. And as you guys approach, you see before you a large keep. I'm not going to switch you guys over to the map yet, but I need to make sure that I know what the heck I'm looking at.
I do, just as point. I have made all of these 50 soldiers look so well rested,
Hey.
so ready to go.
There you go.
They look like
Bright-eyed and bushy tailed.
They're glowing. They're glowing.
They look like they're going to be the best soldiers. Like
Hell
they're ready to take over.
These are the guys for the job.
I'll make my way up next to Kellic and just. All right. We have this. We got this. This will
You
be
sound
good.
so sure of yourself.
We got this. We can do. I'm trying.
Do you want to say it a couple more times?
We got this. We have this. This is good.
We do.
Seeker, what are you doing?
Practicing.
We must succeed, so
We're going to succeed.
Also, at this point, Hadrix, we should probably refer to each other as the correct names.
Right. What was your name again?
Flynn, come on.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah, what's everybody's
Vossen.
names? Who are these?
I'm.
Oh, Voss. You're Vossen.
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 I point at Thessaly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fane.
Fane.
Hadrix.
Hadrix.
Mm-hmm.
Meryl.
Meryl. Who am I?
You're Svara.
Savara.
Svara.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Call me Destain.
Desthane.
Okay.
All right.
Desthane.
I'll try to remember that. No promises.
Destain.
All right.
Destain.
Never mind. I'm like, why don't I feel like I know that name? But all right. So, as you guys approach, all of you, it looks like, so we have Desthane and Fane out kind of in the front of the group. Vossen, but probably slightly behind,
Just
hanging
a little
bit,
behind,
a little behind, hanging back a little. You approach and you see before you the large walls of this sort of smaller fortified keep. The walls themselves probably about 40 feet tall. there is a large sort of archway, large gate, portcullis with two heavy iron reinforced wooden doors that swing outward. And they are, the entryway in total is about 20 feet across. And then you see that there are stretches of wall. And then every so often there are like larger, it's kind of like stretch of wall, square, I don't remember what they're called, but like a buttress or whatever, then bit of wall, buttress, and that goes all the way around. And then you can see two larger, rounder towers that come up from the inside of the keep. And on top of both of those are the wyverns. That is where those are perched. As you guys approach, one of the wyverns like crawls across the tower that it's on to the actually, excuse me. Yeah, they would be. This one's on the wall, actually, just a little bit up and above you to the left, and it just kind of like its long, kind of draconic head just like comes around and like peers at you guys, but doesn't appear to do anything.
Stay cool.
Just sort of, like looks at you before it like crawls back across the thing and takes up its perch again. But as you approach, you can see a contingent of about 10 soldiers. As you get a little bit closer, you can see a few things kind of inside. In fact, I think I will just move you guys to the map now so that you can kind of get a sense of the space.
Mappies.
Hopefully, I didn't leave anything on here you're not supposed to see yet.
It's beautiful.
So that is. So I'm going to move. So I misspoke about the rough position. So you guys are. Can you guys see me pinging there? I shouldn't be moving the map, I don't think. But you guys should be. You guys are kind of right up there to the gates. And then
Wait, no.
We're not.
Over here.
I
do you see
did.
that blue?
Are you in a different layer?
Go. Oh, wait, I am. Yeah, buddy. How about over
layers.
there?
Fine. There it is.
Okay. So you guys are there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move some stuff. So this is gonna go because you see it now. So this is gonna go.
Place is so big.
It's really big.
This is gonna go to the token layer. So you see down at the sort of southern. Southeastern tower there. If you guys can see, there's a war wyvern here, right there. So that's the one that kind of like crawled over and looked at you guys. And then up and across the way from you guys, you can see a second one that is perched on this tower. So they're not on the big round towers, but they are sort of just like perched up there. And in addition, you can see a collection of other figures that are like either milling about in this yard and or walking along the walls. So I'm going to move a few different guards that you guys can see to the token layer. You should see them kind of appearing on the walls themselves.
Yep, just popping up there.
Jeez.
They are all kind of just like armed with like longbows, leather armor. They look like kind of scouts, archers, lookouts.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of roaming the walls. And then you do see, I'm not going to put all of them on the map, but you see a variety of people that are kind of milling about in this central area. And you also see, there's only one on the map, but you see 3 wagons that are in the center of this area that appear to be that like people are kind of waiting around. It looks like maybe they are getting ready to be used. So there's 3 like heavy covered wagons reinforced with metal. This is about where they are. They're kind of in the center of this area. Just so you guys know.
We didn't see that ping, but
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer again.
I believe
That's why.
you.
So, right kind of where this green one is, there's like 3 wagons that are kind of lined up like where the green one is, and then kind of like one here, and then one here, and they're all kind of like lined up roughly and headed out. And that's kind of the layout as you guys see it.
Okay.
So you walk up, you see that there is a soldier who appears to be, as you look, you know, he has kind of the rank of like squad leader, basically. Guy kind of in his probably like late 20s, a little bit of like pockmarked on the face, very poor attempt at either an attempt at a beard or just like hasn't shaved in too long.
Right.
And you know, kind of grimy and dirty. The ash has kind of gotten to his face, and he's got like just marks from wiping his face and eyes. Just kind of looks oily and like he's in desperate need of a bath. But he kind of like makes eye contact with you all as you walk up and looks a little bit confused, and he looks at you and hello. We weren't informed that any reinforcements were arriving.
Well, it's your lucky day. The good news is the Inkarnate Castle is soon to fall, and we've been redirected here because we happen to have some pertinent expertise. And I sort of like
gesture my head over to Hadrix specifically and Boston and Fane. Who's running the show?
That would be First Servant Yudaka.
Yudaka. Oh, so they made it through, huh?
Yes. They're inside. And he kind of looks very confused at like the thing, but looks around and sees Kaldurian soldiers and everything else. So, all right. And he just moves aside.
I look at him like, whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Give me a general intimidation.
Okay.
Give me an intimidation.
Actually, so at that moment, like the glaive, like as we're walking up, I have the glaive.
Right.
Can't see the blade. It's like behind me, and I just stomp it down.
Okay.
And it's doing its shifting thing.
Okay.
Like right in front of him.
Okay.
Just.
Okay.
23.
Ooh. Okay. He just like as you kind of walk up to him, he's fucking move, and he, like all of the soldiers, they kind of just like part and let you guys come in. Also the Bronyata is overseeing, and he points up at one of the wyverns that is sort of the one that's not immediately close to you, but that's across the way. And you see up there, now that you're a little bit closer, you can see what appears to be a squat dwarven woman who is like sort of astride one of the wyverns, has like a very short cropped blonde haircut. Hard to tell facial features from here, but just points up at her. She's overseeing the transfer.
Aye. Good to know.
Are either of these names that ring a bell for me in any way?
Go ahead and roll a history check for me.
Stressful.
You're doing great.
Wow. What is that?
That's a 19.
Oh, plus.
Mm.
I'm not very smart.
But it's still a 19
It's a
on the
good-
Well, I
die.
want to see if I get a 1.
History?
That's a 19.
Flat 19.
Hey, I didn't
We love a straight
subtract
roll.
anything.
That's
Okay.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Bronyata Jadebow.
Okay.
Reputation not unlike Vassen's. One of the foremost leaders of the War Wyvern units. Pretty high up in that section of the Kaldurian military. Has a reputation for being like downright twisted. Like is not a nice lady.
Or any of them.
If I can subtly like at that name, then maybe kind of like who would I be closest to? Would I be closest to Kellic or Seeker?
I guess.
Where was I
Your
standing?
call.
Your choice.
Your call
Yeah.
when we walk up, because we kind of just took lead.
Yeah.
So where would you be? Or you can walk up to us.
I would have been just behind the both of you. I'll try to like kind of if there's a way that I can only grip like the back of Kellic's like forearm or something,
Yeah.
like at that name specifically and kind of pinch a little bit.
Fair enough. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So you're able to like you feel a little kind of tug at the sleeve at the mention of Bronyata, and you look up and see the figure, Yudaka. You don't remember the last name, but Yudaka is one of the first servants of Sidriel in Kaldor.
Oh.
Very powerful cleric of Sidriel.
Mm-hmm.
Sidriel being the, of course, new pantheon god of creation, smithing, and battle. Specifically, and creation in the context of like forgery. Whereas some deities of creation are more of like, the sapling or birth. This is the creation of the forest fire and what is left, and the waking of the ashes, the forging of an empire, the forging of weapons of war. It is often said that the ring of steel on steel, whether in the battle or the forge, is the call sign of Sidriel.
So not a gentle soul.
He's often depicted as a hulking, brutish outline of a shadow wielding a large hammer. He is not known to be a generous or forgiving of the new pantheon of gods.
Oh, fun.
Yay.
Grand.
Nice guy, totally want to grab a beer with you.
This feels really safe.
Yeah, super nice.
Gonna win him over.
But
Yeah, just wanted to, ask.
Cool.
Yeah, because of the fame largely of the two figures, and that's a good roll. So, but yeah, as you guys enter in, you feel a lot of the eyes of this area shift towards you and kind of look at all of you questioningly. As you guys enter in, what is your guys' first move? Just curiously.
I assume we would sort of give a nod to the soldiers to sort of stand outside.
Yeah.
I presume,
your guys' soldiers?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
You
our
kind of
group. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because we're going into something pretty small. Like it would be
Right.
kind of a weird thing
Right.
to be
Yeah.
in.
Relatively
50
speaking, another 50 bodies in here. Things start to get a little crowded.
Yeah.
We might.
Yeah.
I think we would probably have like one squadron.
Yeah.
One
Oh,
of
okay.
the
Well,
one of
yeah.
that
Okay.
come with us. Like
You just
it's
pick like 5 randoms.
like five,
Yeah.
Fair. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
who come in and
Yeah.
like stand
Sounds
on the
good.
inside and the rest stand on the outside. Just like how I think
Yeah.
Cool.
like as if
Yeah.
these are our leaders
Your honor
of the
guard.
squadrons. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
Awesome. You guys would probably know, like you would know the 5 who are kind of like there's
charge.
basically 5 squadrons of 10 in here.
Sure.
So each of the 10 units has a squad leader, and you guys would have identified them before you left. So yeah, you can like pick them those 5 out. They are veterans, for lack of a better term. They're more combat experience than the rest. So you pull the 5 squad leaders and have them come inside with you. As you guys kind of enter in the space, like I said, you see the 3 wagons that are getting prepared. And
I think I'll pull Hadrix
okay.
over to the wagons to just to oversee what's happening here
Gotcha.
while they're
Okay.
we don't need everybody going into. And so
Right.
so maybe
I'll
Flynn and I
follow.
can like look and see, just
Okay.
kind of investigate what's happening with them.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Did
Perception or investigation, your choice.
Me as well.
Could
Did they point a
I?
direction
Yeah,
towards
go for it.
Udaka?
Yeah,
Like when they
I'm
said
following
Udaka,
behind.
did they look a certain direction or no?
No.
Okay.
Didn't look. Didn't. I don't think so.
Perception or investigation, you
Yeah,
said?
your choice.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
21, actually, sorry.
All right, cool.
Mm.
For perception.
22 for perception.
22 for perception. All right, as you guys both walk over, you notice that like I said, there are 3 wagons. They are heavily armored. Like there's like these are like basically full metal construction as far as the wagons go. They're very robust.
Okay.
You also see that they're all open. There's nothing in them right now. There are a collection of like soldiers who are kind of just like appear to be on standby, just waiting for something. At which point you hear the as a wyvern detaches from the roof and lands in the middle of the courtyard. And you see as the dwarvish woman dismounts.
We should go over.
To talk to her or to talk to Udaka?
Is that what you're indicating?
Yeah, that we
Okay.
should talk to her.
To go talk to her. All right.
I'm staying with
Yeah,
the
I'm
wagon.
Sure.
Good.
I have some stuff I want to do, but I'll do it
Yeah,
whenever.
and
Cool.
I'll like nudge Flint to look imposing, like he's
Okay.
like, or like to look contemplative, like
Gotcha.
he's like trying to figure out how he could like
All right.
like find the bomb area that he can make it
Right.
better. Yeah.
You guys rolled a 22 and a 21.
Mhm.
Okay. As you guys are looking around, and as these 2 make their way over, you see a very heavily like cloaked and very squat figure. You can't see into like it's like almost like down over like you can't see any like facial features or anything like that. It's like heavy cloak. Squat figure, wide, probably dwarvish, based on just like the build and width and breadth. You see that figure exit from this building here to the north and then walk over to the wagons and start kind of doing what you guys are doing, which is like looking around at them. The figure like climbs in. There's gloves on the hands, no skin showing anywhere. And like I said, the cloak is like heavy hood, like brought down really, really low. You guys both rolled pretty well. As this creature like kind of goes to climb up into the wagon from like the vantage point of your guys' shorter height and looking up as it climbs up, you can just make out like right kind of here at the mouth, you see like a white beard and like deep gray purplish skin underneath.
The white beard
Like
and then
white beard and like deep gray, like purplish kind of skin.
Have we seen this skin before? Say an oaken gate?
No.
I don't.
Maybe at the head of an undead army.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
This is a squat, like you said,
Squat.
pretty.
Yeah.
He was dwarf, I believe, right?
No,
Yeah.
distinctly different.
No.
Distinctly
No. I'm thinking
Purplish gray
like
skin.
Yeah.
purplish gray.
like
skin.
Do I know of anything
Not like,
like
ruined or anything like that though. Like
Well, we've is it a
Corvin's-
dwerger? Because we've run into them before.
yeah.
Like, is it that kind of?
Okay. Okay, so I'll block that.
There it is.
Dwargar?
Yeah.
Dwergar. And then putting like the sunlight, the full cover,
Okay, so
Yeah.
the lack
The
of
hood.
skin exposure, the
Yeah,
hood.
yeah.
Yeah. You put together that it's likely a Dwergar of some kind.
Ooh.
And
hooey.
they
Yeah. What do they do?
and then after a minute like of inspecting, the wagons returns and goes right back into that building.
If I could, while they were inspecting, could I kind of get a sense of the purpose of these wagons, how they're going to function, what the plan is? Is it just for traversing?
You're not sure. They're just like they're very, like I said, robustly built. Right now, they are actually in the like bottom of them. There is like layers, like a thick layer of straw, and then the sides of it as well are like is packed with what looks like stacks of like burlaps, like a lot of the interior space. So I said before they were empty, which is not that they would not be empty because they would need to be prepared. There is heavy straw on the floor and then like burlap sacks, like smaller ones, stacked up along the walls. And they look kind of lumpy, like big, overstuffed. And you see like bits of white fluff sticking out of some of them.
If I
like almost sacks full of like cotton or wool.
It's cotton or wool. Does it seem like these are supposed to be like carrying something like straw bed?
Looks like they're getting prepped for some kind of transport.
Okay, I will kind of look to Alma and kind of whisper if I can get close. I think we need to get in that tower.
I agree.
Do you think we just walk over there?
I think maybe we wait until people are distracted talking to the wyverns, and then maybe you and me.
Okay. As we
You too.
come away from that, we see
On our way over to
Brunyata.
Can I get a sense of like, do they respond at all to seeing Vossen? Do they have some idea who we are?
Orphane.
Yeah.
You're
Seems
looking
like
for that recognition. Make an insight check for me.
Okay.
I would be looking for this as well.
Make it. Yep, you can make it as well. I'll say insight is one of those things where I have a hard time justifying advantage because it's such an individualized thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's based
I'm
on
okay
someone's
with that.
senses of things. So
17.
17. Okay.
16.
16. Okay. Very much a flash of recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, nothing that you can clock. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So this figure, Brunyata, comes off of this wyvern, and you can see that this wyvern in particular looks it's just a little like thicker, broader, bigger. It's larger than wyverns you've seen before, and like the metal plating on it is just like kind of wicked. It's like spiked and just aggressive, like very aggressive looking. And she has full plate mail armor, what looks like a sword kind of strapped across the back, and just kind of like dismounts from the wyvern as it kind of like and like comes down into like a crouched position. The wings fold along it, totally cowed by like her. And she like walks calmly across the yard and like stops about 5 feet from both of you, and somehow, despite her smaller stature, seems to be looking down her nose at you. Like her chin's kind of back, so she just looks.
Oh, I can imagine that. Like, if these are two badasses, like, but it's like, don't poach my. This is my
right.
show.
So and like, it's so funny because I knew a guy who was like 6 inches shorter than me, but somehow always managed to look down his nose. And I was like, how do you do that? It's a superpower.
Very impressive.
But it's a very unique feature. So she's got her like chin back. Like I said, she's like almost squints her eyes. And what brings the Fatal Reserve to my neck of the woods? I thought you were to the north.
We're busy people. When we get a job done, we get a new job.
Well,
I'm speaking for them.
I try and return the posture and.
What's going on, Fane? Not like you to let others speak for you.
We're here to resupply you.
Make a performance check for me.
Oh.
I'll say an advantage because of the disguise.
Fuck yes.
That's a natural 20.
Yes. Fuck yes.
I'm so stressed. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
Plus a whole 0.
Wow. Really?
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
We needed that
Would you
roll.
like to roll that advantage though? But
Just
we do
in
it
case.
twice? No.
No double 20.
Okay.
oh, my anxiety.
So good.
Okay.
The luck.
Wow. Looks at you. So I guess we'll be working another job together.
Well, it's just that. You have the enviable task. We are here to do this babysitting. While Force is coming, it seems the reinforcements a bit sooner than were anticipated, led by, bizarrely enough, Lord Draenor, whose head we would have liked to have gotten ourselves.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Well done.
Okay. Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Make that first bite.
Oh.
my god.
Oh.
Oh, the anxiety.
Okay. How do you add numbers to it?
Can't.
23.
20?
Yeah.
Okay. And like at the mention of Lord Draenor, like her mouth like curls into a sneer. She fucking hates this guy. Oh, that's so funny. I'd like nothing more than to feed that pompous prick to my pet over there. So what?
You and your forces are to go meet them.
At the northern end.
And we've been entrusted because of our, Hadrix's known professionalism in this field to look after the weapon.
Her kind of eyes dart over to Hadrix, who is looking over the wagons currently, inspecting. Okay. Next to Meryl.
Super professional.
Am I going straight there or checking with Iron
Straight there.
And she like looks up at the wyvern that's with her and
We do not have a lot of time. It's not going to take them very long to
she
get there.
reaches she goes, "Good to see you, Fane." And you. She has no idea who you are.
I just let it go.
Yeah. All right. Time to hunt. And she turns around, she gets on her wyvern, and she fucking leaves. You hear the like
I like them
as
squeezing.
other creature the other one like jumps off, and you just see as they both wheel up and away. and head towards head what looks like west and kind of away from the city. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
I am like gonna walk.
I chance the slightest look over to see girl. I'm like,
And I just let out a deep exhale.
Oma is now time to go.
Yeah, and I'm gonna walk as quickly as possible without disturbing.
Okay.
To the North Tower.
Did she take like the soldiers with her, or
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
No,
okay.
just the wyvern.
Just the wyvern.
Yeah, okay.
Just the two of
So
them.
as like
Yeah.
in control as possible, I will.
So
walk.
you're like walking by us?
Yeah.
We're gonna walk past you guys.
And
so
I'm
that-
But-
following
Wait,
you two.
What?
I can't believe you guys disguise yourself as the fake. Because I'm like, how does this work? And I'm like, well, fucking Meryl, she got you guys here, no problem. Like,
yeah.
oh, I had some for that too.
Hey.
I was ready for that question.
Hell yeah.
well, it's been such a short amount of time, too.
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
No one knows. It literally hasn't even been 24 hours since they died.
Right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh my god. Oh
What
my
a
god.
It's been like 9 hours, like not even. Oh shit!
So you say checking
I
the
forgot
tower?
to. Anyway, whatever.
But,
I'm just thinking, would she have been like,
Yeah.
oh, so it's done? The queen's dead.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like she.
Yeah.
But
Well, maybe
I'm
she doesn't want to give him
actually,
any
she doesn't
credit.
know. Like she doesn't.
Doesn't
She
know
may
what their
not
job
know what your
was.
job was
Yeah.
while you
Yeah.
were up there. She
Yeah.
just knew you were headed north for
Yeah.
something.
You don't share your job.
She's high up, but she's not. She's
Right.
not. She's not Vossen.
On the
high
know,
up.
yeah.
She's not Vossen high up.
So we're
Oh
booking
my
it to the hut.
Yeah,
to the
so
tower.
yeah, as soon as we
Okay.
see the two wyverns fly off, I'll give a look to Oma and we'll start
And we'll,
walking
like-
towards the North Tower.
Okay. All right.
Make our
And if
way.
I pass Seeker, I'll just
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like
Coming quick.
Where?
Weapons in the tower. Weapons in the
We're
tower.
going to the tower.
All right.
That's where something is. We're
That's
going to check it out.
that's where the things are.
Okay. Oh my God. So, the three of you rather, are heading towards. You head towards the tower as the rest of you just kind of like, now that they are gone, the sort of like Overwatch that was supposed to be here, because like that's what the wyverns were for, was to like watch this transition,
See
right?
it,
And it's
yeah.
like ground forces aerial, but the Fatal Reserve showing up and giving those orders. Oh my God.
Crazy.
Mind blowing.
Crazy.
I can imagine that our 5 squadron leaders are just like,
What the fuck just happened? Yeah.
Yeah,
They're like trying
I
to
know,
like,
with us are like, what is
Gonna
going
keep
on?
it together.
Yeah.
these people.
Oh, Jesus. Also
I'm
some
thinking?
fucking stellar rolls, everyone.
Wow.
y'all.
Dude,
Good
like-
job.
Natural 20 on the
Nat 20.
performance.
Very needed.
Yeah.
He knows him.
Apparently.
Like, oh
It seemed
man.
I know.
It seemed
They're
that
not
way.
like fucking tight, but like they
Underneath
work.
my seeming, I'm sweating.
Wow. Okay, cool. Well, okay.
I've been invisible.
As your just reward, we will delete the wyvern riders from the map. Here anymore. Okay. And as you guys walk, the three of you rather head in towards that tower, and you guys open the door, and you see before you a spiral staircase. So the way that these towers are kind of constructed, there's like
Yep.
2 doors that kind of go off to either side. There is a spiral staircase that leads up and a spiral staircase that leads down. Which way are you guys headed?
Are we looking at Tower L2?
You're looking at tower. No, you guys are
In the
are
hut
over.
one.
Sorry, I moved the
Yeah.
map. My bad. But yeah, you guys
No,
are
the hut.
here on this tower.
Okay.
This is for this tower over here.
Oh.
That's a level
So
2.
this
Okay.
is actually actually
Got it.
yeah. So there's a spiral staircase that goes up on this tower, and then there is a spiral staircase that goes down. Do you guys go down or do you go up?
Where do we hear sounds coming from?
Yeah.
For like the weapon being worked on?
Yeah. So go ahead and. I will say that actually that's not too hard. You hear like muffled voices and kind of like the padding of feet coming up the stairs from down.
We hear it coming up the stairs from
Up
down.
the
It's
stairs
down.
from
Okay,
downstairs.
So
Yeah.
we're going down.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just wait. I guess wait for whoever's coming up to come up.
All right. Are you guys
We'll be able
heading
to go
Oh
down.
no, we're heading down. Yeah, we
Let's
hear
go.
them. Yeah, we hear them
Okay,
down.
we'll go down.
So you guys
Immediately.
head down into the area, and you see before you open up.
Can
Go ahead.
I scout ahead?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Do
put
you-
my hood up,
hood
and I'm gonna
Okay.
scout ahead,
All
and I'll
right.
come back and tell you guys what I see.
All right.
Okay.
So
So are we just standing here?
So Oma, you head down the stairs and you go like it sort of spirals down for about 20 feet or so, and then gets off on a small landing, and then you see an additional set of wooden steps that goes down a little bit and then jogs left.
Okay.
You make your way down the stairs and you turn left and you see a very large basement, like underneath, open up, and it goes quite a distance, like into the back. You can see like columns that are supporting the roof every now and again. You see one actually large like stone monolith that's kind of like off to your left a little, that looks like a supporting structure, kind of like that bifurcates this room. You see all kinds of stuff. You can see like barrels and crates, and like it's basically a huge storage basement. And you see there's like a small lamp like off to your right that's illuminating like what looks like a desk with just some kind of random bits and bobs on it. But the voices are coming from basically straight ahead of you and like around a big pile of crates and things like that. You can see one figure dressed in like what appears to be like military, like a fighter's garb, right? Like partial armor, sword on the back, that's just kind of like standing at the top of a set of stairs. And then down there, or like down those set of steps, as you kind of peek around, you see 4 figures.
Okay.
You see 2 hoods down. You see 2 Dwergar. Who are currently in the process of, one of them is actually like looking into a crate that looks like it's open, like partially open, and is like very gently like reaching down into it and like looks like kind of settling something in there. You see another Dwergar. Actually, this one, I lied. You only see one because the one's out of sight. You see one other military looking kind of figure, like what looks like just a trained fighter, and then sort of standing there looking actually in your direction, like facing you. You see a tall, statuesque woman dressed in robes that are almost like the color of like dull gray metal. At her side is like a steel rod that is just like on her belt. She's surprisingly muscular, like thick through the neck and the upper arms, and looks is just kind of like arms folded in at the robes, like just kind of what looks like overseeing this process. As you look and you wait there for a second, you see the other Dwergar go back around the corner, and a few seconds later, the 2 of them come back, and between them, they have what looks like a sort of large metal contraption about this big that they're both carrying, and they're moving incredibly slowly.
Okay.
And they're like
dangerous. Like they
are moving very carefully and slowly. And they are moving it very, very slowly over to another open crate that they then they go around the corner, lift it up, lower it very gently into the crate. And then the other one goes back, and the other one goes in there, reaches down in, and appears to settle something. The contraption itself, it glow, or like kind of has the dull gleam of metal. You notice that there are the lights that are over there are glass orbs that inside of which are like non-flammable light sources.
Okay, so these things are super flammable and very volatile. Okay.
Yeah. With Alma's history of potion making, like she knows there are very volatile substances, and they're being very, very careful. So that is kind of what you see in the situation in this room.
I'm going to head back upstairs.
Okay.
So now that the wyvern's gone, you're like calmer now, right?
I mean, I guess, but like still there's a job to do, and I'm kind of freaking out that like, are we going to do it right? And like, what if that wyvern goes straight to the iron light?
Talking faster again.
Castle? Oh, sorry. Talk when I'm nervous.
I can tell, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be all right, I think.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, we usually figure things out. I mean, there was this one time we all died, but other than that...
I'm sorry, time out. What?
That's when Alma gets I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't want to interrupt. But
What? Where are you?
Put my head down.
Oh, you are crazy. I love you.
Okay. we should step out of this room really fast because we can't be too loud.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll step back out.
So we'll go to like the right in front of the doorway, basically.
Gotcha. All right. So you
And I'm
guys
like
kind
pushing them.
of you kind of corral everybody back towards the door.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. There's a good amount of people down there that look pretty dangerous. There's one person that looks like it has some kind of magic, and they're overseeing it. And then there looks to be about 2 people who are like fighters and military people. You know, like they're ready to slash.
Right.
And then there's 2 or 3.
2.
2 total.
2 where
And then
door
there's
are.
2 of those like dwarf things but are they in the Underdark?
Durg,
You
yeah.
remember? Yeah.
Okay.
Durig.
The Weregar.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Point is, that's all down there. But if we can distract them enough, the substance are super volatile. So, in theory, if we can get out fast enough, I could probably just like blow it all up, and then this whole tower will go down. But we need to be like ready for that, because if I do, I think the whole tower will explode. Probably.
And I will
implode.
look around.
Explode and implode. You know, like how, because it's in the basement, like it'll go and then everything will collapse.
Yeah, no, we don't. That's
Right.
dangerous for us.
What about everyone here?
What do you mean? What about everyone here?
Well, we weren't trying to blow everyone up here.
Well, we won't. I think it'll blow up
I mean, who
this
cares?
building.
Uh-huh. So should we go upstairs to make sure, see what's up there?
We can, but I think it'll blow up this. Do I get the impression? Actually, it blew up an entire portion of the wall.
Yeah, I don't
So,
know how big,
yeah,
how big was that
yeah.
explosion? It looked pretty...
A huge
I'll
portion.
try
of
and
the wall.
gauge
Huge.
it. I'll try and
It'll be
gauge
like
it.
It was a
Massive.
big fire.
The breach
Yeah.
in the walls
Mhm.
is like, yeah, it's
Would it be like this building or half of this encampment?
you're not sure how many were used
Yeah.
in the breach. But the breach itself is like at the base, you know, because it's like it goes kind of like it's like a crevice,
A
right? Because
V,
like things
yeah.
fell in afterwards.
Yeah.
But at the base, there's a well, actually, you guys didn't get close enough to actually see at the base. But like from where you were, it's probably 100 yards across,
Okay.
like the opening in the
Or
walls.
potentially 1.
Yeah.
Okay, other option is we can try to get everyone and disable it somehow. But I think all of us should do that because someone's got to distract the fighty guys and the person with the magic.
Another random idea that I had was like,
Okay.
I mean, we have some kind of teleportation magic. What if we just send them somewhere far away or
What do you
something?
mean we have teleportation
Well,
magic?
doesn't Kellic have a way to like send us somewhere? What if we just send the bomb somewhere and then we could put him in the void and then toss him into the abyss?
I don't know if you can take objects with you
I think
like
you
that.
can. And we brought a bunch of stuff, right? I don't know.
No, we brought people.
Well, we had stuff on us. What if I hold it?
Is it holdable? How
okay,
big is it?
Okay, pause. The guys were carrying these very carefully. I feel like if we teleport with them, they will probably explode either in mid teleportation or once they land. Like I don't feel like they're
No, it's a possibility.
stable enough for
You're right.
that.
Okay.
It's either we blow them up or we disable them.
Or we disable them, yeah.
But they needed 2 people to pick it up.
Well, I can
Well,
probably...
because they were being very, very careful with them.
Okay, so like
I get
one
the
person
impression-
could pick it up.
I get the impression that if
theoretically.
they fall, they might explode.
Mhm.
Okay, understood.
So do we want to start by seeing if I can disable them somehow?
Well, I don't think we can get close enough to them right now, as is. I mean, another option is we could hide. If there's enough people who can be kind of invisible, we can hide in the carts so that when they start to leave,
We can just have the time to just
We
be in the
can-
carts.
Could we like pull rank and try and get those guys to get out of
That's
there?
what I'm thinking too. Like the wyverns are gone, and it seems like those
I
were the
mean,
ones that were running the place. We might
I
be able to
don't
just come down
know.
here and say, "Get out! We need to work, and I need silence."
yeah,
Mhm.
okay, let's try that.
That'd be a
Should
good
we
way.
reconvene with Kellic and them first?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
tell them what we're gonna do because I don't know who this person is, and I don't know if they know what you sound like.
Right. Maybe we should just
Maybe
have Kellic come
lift.
down and do it
Talking.
in vain.
The better.
Or let's just go meet
Yeah,
with them.
let's go get them to come down with us.
Yeah.
And I'll look at my arm.
Yeah.
Desthane.
Look at your arm.
And I'll kind of walk up in kind of hushed tones. So it seems like there's some kind of volatile magical orbs.
three like volatile objects that look bomb-like.
Yeah, so these explosive things are down there, and we can, I guess, either set them off or try and disable them.
For some reason, I was thinking it was one thing, but if this is something they can mass produce, it makes it even worse.
I don't
How
know.
many did you say you saw?
3. Well, because there's 3 carts.
4 crates.
4 crates.
4 crates.
4 crates. But
So-
3 carts.
I mean, we can just try and disable them. We can now that the wyverns are gone. Also, great job on that.
Thanks. I mean, we're not out of the woods yet.
We're kind of the
Yeah, I
leading-
love that you guys are having this conversation like in the middle of a courtyard surrounded by hostile soldiers.
Don't say that, don't say that, don't say that.
We're kind of the
fine.
leading force here now, so I think we kind of can say whatever we want.
Well, that other person's still here.
I try to
Udaka
give off the
is still here.
Was
visual
Udaka not on the
impression
wyvern?
No.
of, like,
No.
discussing schematics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conferring with
Right.
Hendrix on his like
Yeah,
estimation.
you guys
of
are given a
things.
pretty wide berth. Like, there are enough people here who recognize or at least know by reputation, like by general description, Vossen and the rest of the Fatal Reserve. So, like, you guys are not, like, no one's coming up to you.
Yeah.
The person who knew is gone now.
Yeah.
So,
Best case scenario, we just get everyone out from under there, say that I need silence to work with Meryl, and we just kind of, we can all be down there, or some of us stay at the top to guard, and we just try and see what we can do to disable them. Worst
do
case
it.
scenario, we can try and set them off, and hopefully it just blows up the tower, but I think best case scenario, we just disable it.
I think from what we saw of the wall, I mean, we could see it from practically anywhere in the city we were.
Right.
These are
And also,
things.
if one goes off, all 4 might go off.
That
Yeah,
seems
that's
likely to
likely.
me.
Oh.
So
That's
the
usually how
explosion might
that
be a bit
works.
bigger than that, maybe.
Okay, so let's go down.
What about the first servant?
We don't have a lot of time because the wyverns move really quickly and they're going to find out that
right.
there's no one there very soon. So we need to start moving.
Do we still need to send the troops out, or are we not doing that
I
resupply?
don't think we can.
Okay.
I think we just go.
Who wants to
I
stay
already
out?
sort of played that hand, so it
That's
wouldn't make much sense at this point.
So who's distracting and who? You're all going to investigate
no,
the
I'm
actual.
just going to go.
We're
down.
all going.
We're all
We're
going
all
down,
go- okay.
but we should have some people up top just to make sure no one comes
Okay,
down. So
okay.
who wants to stay up front and just guard the door?
Boston and Fane.
I think
I
that
think
might
that's a
be
good
an
idea.
idea.
Okay.
By the way, you really pulled that off. You know?
Pulled what off?
No, you look.
Kelly,
so
no time,
unfolded.
We don't have
Kelly.
time for this.
Never want to
Y'all
consider
are
that. We'll
so
have a different
cute.
conversation
Oh my
later.
goodness.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Adorable.
Let's go.
right.
Hey,
Yes, Seeker. What is it?
It's Fane.
Fane?
it's definitely Fane. Be careful down there if you say it's volatile. And I will grab my sigil and I will. I am Taka, and I will cast Shield of Faith on who's going to be.
I think the 4 of us are all going down.
Yeah, it's
I'm also. How many potions of fire resistance do we have?
I think
'Cause
we-
I will probably take one.
Oh, that's smart.
just as the casting of a spell is a very
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
obvious thing, and Fane
Does not have
Does
that.
not
does
have
not have the ability
Could
to
I-
cast spells.
If I
Fane
notice that,
is a pure fighter, so
He,
I-
is,
Yeah.
he does. He's
Yeah.
a mage slayer.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
he's a mage. Yeah,
As I know very well.
yeah.
if I notice that, I'll put my hand up and kind of like grab his wrist, and be like, maybe when we're inside the tower alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll look over to Kellic. Do you want to let the other leader know what we're doing, just so they don't come down to try and ask questions if we didn't say anything?
When they the first guy I talked to was like sort of leading us. Did it look like he was leading us to a different building than this one?
Oh, the
We
very
didn't-
first guy.
Yeah, when he was
No.
kind of like Udaka's in charge. Did
No,
he
we didn't-
gesture?
we didn't
or
know.
No, he
Okay.
didn't. He didn't gesture anywhere in
Because
particular.
Udaka's still here.
Yeah.
So maybe we should let
That's
Udaka
why I was
know.
trying to figure out where.
I think we should.
They
I don't
would
think
be-
we have a
Not-
lot of time. I think we need to go deal with these bombs.
I'm
Okay.
not sure. Udaka may be down there with the bomb. That's where I'd be
That's
if I
very-
were in
well,
charge here.
Fane-
What,
Especially
do you know what kind of robes those clerics wear?
Oh, first
you know
servant.
it's
Would that ring
Clear-
Do we
any
know
bell?
what
You don't know
Cleric-
that.
yeah, I guess not.
definitely does.
First servant.
I wouldn't have. I don't know that I would have had time to tell people that if I was understanding that while under the guise of Vossen.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Leslie, do you know what Odaka looks like?
I know that their Sidriel is their thing, is their god.
Well, I mean-
what's that?
Sidriel's the new
No
oh my
god
gosh.
of industry, forgery, creativity.
Yeah.
Do they wear cloaks?
They probably wear robes like Kellic and
What
Yeah,
color?
they're
Do you
a
know
little
what
more
kind of robe?
traditional.
Oh, what would the color of Sidriel be?
I
Or
don't
like a
know.
rod? Do
And
they have a rod?
a rod?
A rod?
Bingo. Clerics of Sidriel often use bludgeoning weapons.
Gotcha.
Hammers,
Oh,
rods of
jeez.
steel, rods of pure
Would
steel.
they have a rod?
Yes.
Was it
Yes.
sort of a blunt
Oh,
implement?
then that's probably who that is.
Because yeah, he's
They're
got-
down
he
there.
loves a hammer.
They're down there.
Yeah, but I thought Udaka is Udaka a woman or a man?
We don't
or...
know.
Yes, I don't know this.
Would I know
person
their
at all.
gender? What was their gender?
The female.
So, yes,
Yeah.
she's a lady.
She's a lady
Mm-hmm.
down there.
Mhm. So she's down there.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, so yes. Well,
and
I
they have
wonder
a rod and
where
they're
we
wearing
was.
Well,
robes.
We just
So-
have to convince her that we need some space to
Let's
work
do
on
it.
these. Because they are very volatile and any interruptions, blah, 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 blah,
Do-
blah.
Yeah, and we're
Yeah,
going
so
to
let's
handle
all
them.
go
Do we,
down.
do we
and
just
then,
want to make them go boom and like leave
we're all going?
and not go down there?
Well, maybe we should go see what
No,
we're
how big
dealing
these
with.
ones
You
are.
know,
we don't know how big it's going to be,
It
and it
might
could cause a
hurt.
lot of damage to a
Mhm.
lot of people, including us.
Including ourselves.
Yeah.
That's why we
Okay.
should be.
And our
Here's my
troops
recommendation. Here's my
moving,
recommendation.
yeah.
We
Not
all
here
go
by
down.
ourselves.
Stop. Here's my recommendation. We all go down so that we have everybody. We have the Fatal Reserve there to convince them to leave, and then some people can go outside, and the rest of us can disable the weapons.
I like it.
sounds like a plan to me.
The only problem I foresee is that.
Oh my God!
Well, all right. Well,
Quickly,
what? I just
quickly.
need the Fatal Reserve to be ready to present as the Fatal Reserve because
That's fair.
That's what happened with this last person, and I was pretty sure we were going to die.
Great.
So.
okay.
I was very recognized.
I am
We're
a
ready.
engineer, magical engineer.
Yeah, also,
I
small
look
enclosed
dead.
space with something that might go boom with all of us is a little concerning.
Okay, so you don't
I'd rather
wanna
us
go
be
down,
with the
or-
bombs than anywhere else. We have to.
I think just
try to
proceed
control
with
this.
caution. We have to
Well,
try and
to be
disable.
fair, they're also in that room too, so they're probably going to be not looking for a fight as well.
Yeah.
Right.
If that helps ease your concern, Seeker.
Alright.
It
That's
doesn't.
true. That's true.
Mine either. But let's go.
Okay.
All right.
I don't like boomy things.
Flynn, as you guys cross, I would like you to roll a percentile dice for me, please.
No.
But why?
Oh.
Why
how
more?
long?
But-
I mean, we're taking
Okay.
forever to do this.
So I know you and Rebecca have this on lock, but I'm confused.
Yeah. No,
So
you're
I roll a 10-sided dice and the percentile dice.
Just the percent.
correct. Yeah, you
Well,
can roll them both together.
Okay.
Roll them both together.
Okay, so one says 40, and that's the percentile,
That's
and the other
the
one
40.
says a 9.
So it's
So
49.
49.
That's what I figured.
Correct.
Okay.
49. The
No,
only
you
confusing
did
one
it.
of these.
You
140.
Yeah, it's only
Right in the
confusing
middle.
when
49.
Yeah.
Right in the middle, guys. We're great.
I
You got an
understood
easy
it.
number.
I didn't understand the prompt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
you
wanted
didn't know
We had the
the win
numbers
condition.
I didn't understand the
wrong.
condition.
Yeah.
I didn't understand.
We know dice.
I understand what dice
I
are.
just want to make sure.
Those
Numbers I'm
numbers.
working on, but dice I get.
Right in the middle, though. I think so. We should be fine.
I'm freaking out.
I
I'm
also
freaking
am freaking out.
Out.
He's got to drag all the enemies onto the board.
Well, I'm trying to take a drink.
Oh man.
All right.
Mm.
All right.
Let's do it, guys.
As you all make your way across the courtyard and enter into the tower to the north of the keep. We're going to pick up there next time. All right.
Why you?
Hey nerds, Seth here. If you're enjoying Venture Forth, please like, follow, and subscribe on whatever platform you're using, and make sure to tell all your friends, all of them, like every one of them. If you're interested in going the extra mile, of course, you can check out our Patreon. The link is always in our description. You can support the show there. We are so grateful for our patrons. We wouldn't be able to do this without them. And if you're interested in becoming one and, helping us do the thing, then you can head on over there. And of course, you get access to some really cool bonus exclusive content that is only available to our patrons. So anywho, check it out. Thank you so much. Bye, nerds.